good? Okay. Hi everybody, I'm back again. Another hinge. So let's do a V-hinge. So again, we would not do this, you want to be careful about doing this on an original object. If you do this, you want to make sure you know your paste. So I would use a wheat starch paste or methylcellulose, and I would practice on something else. And again, using a Japanese tissue, but again, we're just doing this on a sample piece just to demonstrate. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate upside down. You can definitely do this upside down, although if you were getting very good at this, that you would actually do this with the piece upright, so that you would put your piece on. We now have a weight. You put your weight in place, and then you would use a micro spatula to insert this hinge underneath. But that is in a really professional level, so I'm just going to demonstrate this regularly. The nice thing about this particular hinge is that it is perfect for if you need to basically exhibit your entire object. So you want to not have a window mat covering any edges of your object, that you would actually cut your window larger, so this would allow your object to float. And again, we were just discussing off camera that hinges should be done just on the top edge of your image only. So again, I'm going to demonstrate this upside down. So I'm going to flip this over. Again, it's just a dummy image. So all I'm doing is I'm taking a piece of tape, in this case, and I'm folding it in half. If you were to do this with Japanese tissue, essentially you could pre-fold your Japanese tissue, and then you'd brush your adhesive on one side and flip it over and stick it on. But again, this is both adhesive, so it's a little bit easier to work with. This is quite large as well, but again, I'm exaggerating for the sake of the demo and the class and the video. Okay, so again, what I'm doing is I have a piece of Tyvek tape that is adhesive on both sides, obviously, because I'm folding it in half. So again, it's just a folded piece. So what you're doing when you do a hinge like this is that how it works is you have one side of the hinge that would adhere to the object, and another side that it would adhere to the backing board. So when you put your hinge on, again, I'm just doing this crudely, and again, you would have multiple hinges for a piece, but I'm just demonstrating. So you put the hinge on, but you put it about 1/8 to 1/16 of an inch from the top, okay? So this would be applied, again, it's on the object, and then once you put it on, again, I'm putting this on very crudely, you would have this all planned out, and then essentially it just sits. So again, you have to be careful. You want to have multiple hinges, but hopefully your glazing and stuff would help keep it a little bit down. This is quite springy, and I've used a large piece. If you had a smaller piece, it would definitely affect that. But then essentially you could reverse, like you can see underneath, and that's a V-hinge. Okay, makes sense?